to another edition of Tip Tuesday. So this week we're going to talk about primers and why primer should be your new best friend if it's not already. So there's quite a few reasons for that, and there's lots of different primers out there on the market. So I just wanted to give you a quick rundown and then do a bit of a demo for you on how you can use your primers. So the good thing about primers is really they're there to sort of prepare your face for any makeup that you're going to be putting on it. So what they really work hard to do is seal any of your pores. So if you have, really large visible pores, you can use a primer and it just sort of helps to cover those up and smooth them up. And that's good for a couple of reasons. So it makes your pores look less obvious, and it also makes sure that the makeup doesn't soak into your skin, especially if you're going to be using a liquid foundation. This is really important. So that way, when the makeup, it doesn't sink into your skin, and so you have less chance of getting breakouts there as well. So the other thing that I mentioned there is that it smooths out all of your pores, so make them look less obvious, but that goes for the rest of your face as well. So it really works to make your whole face kind of like smooth as a baby's bottom, I guess. The other thing that they work really hard, or work really well, some of them to do, is cover up any fine lines and wrinkles that you have. So I have a few that just sort of pop up under here. You can get lots of different primers. Some of them are particularly good at covering up wrinkles. Some of them, work on other sorts of things depending on what you're after in a primer. So Nutrimetics, for example, we have our Line Primer. So what that is good for, that's particularly good if you have any deep wrinkles, particularly around the eye area or any of your smile lines. The Line Primer can be really great at smoothing all of those up. It just sort of helps to plump the skin a little bit and cover up any of those wrinkles. The one that I use in particular is a DD Cream and Corrector, which is this one here. So this one really sort of helps to correct some of the redness that I get in my skin, and it also has a brightening agent in it, which means that it just sort of leaves my skin with a nice soft glow, even once I've put on a foundation or a powder on top as well. So that's what I really like about using this one. There are other types of primers as well. So this DD cream is for the face, but you also have primers for your eyes and for your lips as well. So they have the same idea about them, but they are slightly different as well. So don't think that you can use this for your eyes. I mean, you probably could, but you're not going to get great results out of it. What you really want to use is a proper eyeshadow primer. So something like this one. The reason for that is because this is a lot more heavy duty than what the face one is going to be, because you pack so much more powder and stuff like that in your eyes when you're, trying to jazz them up and make them look a lot more pretty. You want to make sure that you're using something really heavy duty on the lids to make sure that it sticks and it stays in place. The other kind of primer that you can get, if I worked out where I put it, is a lip primer. So I have this Nutrimetics one, this lip primer. I know it sounds really weird, the idea of having a lip primer for your lips, but it is slightly different again from the one that you would use on your face or to the one that you would use on your eyes. In that I find that this one is perhaps a little bit more waxy because it needs to be a little bit more, water resistant. So you don't want to be licking it off or anything like that. So being a little bit more waxy, it's sort of a bit more heavy duty. It fills in all of the little, because we all have little wrinkles on our lips, right? It fills those in a lot more, smooths it out and makes your lips look just that little bit more plump. So that's what I really like about those. So that's 3 primers that I use on my lips, on my eyes, on my lips. Got those 2. And then one on my face as well. So what I will do is I will take off the makeup on part of my face and just sort of give you a quick demo on how I apply these, just so you can see what the different uses are. I don't know if you've ever used a primer or not before, so I thought I would just do a quick demo on that as well. So just bear with me. Okay, so I've taken my makeup off of this half of my face. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you what I would do in the morning if I was putting on all of my primer while I was doing my makeup. So the first thing that I do in my makeup routine is put on the eyeshadow primer. So just kind of open that up, just get a little spatula thing and just put a swipe of that on there. So you don't really need too much. I'm just going to put on another dab just for the other eye. Okay. So all you do, and you want to make sure that when you're putting this on, you're getting all the way out to the sides and then again all the way into the corners as well. So the reason for that is when you're putting eyeshadow on, you're not just putting it right on the lid. You're putting it in the crease, you're putting it up onto the brow bone, and sometimes it comes a little bit out to the side as well. So you want to make sure that you're getting it all over there and all in there as well. And it just occurred to me I've already got eyeshadow on the other eye, so I didn't actually need the rest of that. But anyway. So what I would normally do next, while I was waiting for that to dry off a little bit, is I would do my eyebrows, and then I would put something on like a conditioning treatment for my lips. So that would be something like this Nutrimetics Nutri-Rich Intense Lip Moisturizer. And that just sort of helps to soften up my lips a little bit more. My lips get a little bit dry because I work in an office, so I would put something like that on. So let's just pretend that I've done my eyebrows, I've done my eyeshadow, and then what I want to go in with next is my DD cream. So what I will do is I put this on just like a little brush like that. I usually do about 5 drops, whatever you want to call them, for my whole face. So I'm just going to put 3 and maybe the tail end of the third one on there, just to go over the side of my face. So just sort of dot that on a little bit to spread it out, and then I just go in there and just work it around. And so that would be my face primed. Normally I also put some concealer under there just to sort of reduce the look of the bags that I sometimes have in the morning. So pretending we've done all of that, what I would do next is go in with my blushing palette just to sort of give my face a little bit of colour. Just when you're putting on, you know, things like the DD creams, which are tinted, and then your face powders and stuff like that, you make your face all one colour. So I like to add a little bit more just by adding a bit of bronzer, a bit of highlight, and a bit of blush as well. So let's pretend we've done all of that. The last thing that we would want to go in with and prime with is our lip primer before we put on our lipstick. So this basically, it just looks like a lipstick. If you have one of these at home, then you can just go in and you know, just put it on like it's a lipstick. So because this is the one out of my kit, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put some of this onto a spatula. Okay, just like that. And I'm just going to do a finger job here. Normally I'd use a lip brush, but I'm just being lazy. So again, if you go in with a lip brush, you'll find that you get much better accuracy when you're putting stuff like lipstick on your lips. So that's typically how I like to put on my lips, any lipstick or anything like that, but you know, sometimes I'm just being lazy. So you can see the real difference that makes having that on there. It kind of really washes out the colour of my lips, which means that when you go to put on your lipstick, you're going to get a much truer colour out of it, so it's going to resemble what it should be anyway. So the only lipstick that I have that's not part of my kit is this one, which is one of the new jelly lipsticks, if you haven't seen them. Just kind of looks like that. So I'll just pop that on just to show you what it looks like. So the thing about these lipsticks is apparently they change colour depending on how warm your skin is and pH level and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully you can sort of get an idea of that in the camera. But anyway, that was my little tutorial on what to do with all of your primers. And remember, one for the face, a different one for the eyes, and another one again for the lips. The same principle for all of them, but they all work slightly different and are developed according to the different places on your face. It's always important to use different primers for your face, your lips, and your eyes. I hope you found this tutorial informative. Again, if there's any questions or anything like that, or you have any suggestions for future tip videos, then please feel free to let me know and I'll add it to my list. All right, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.